Welcome to Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubble Realty Company. All right, every home tells a story, but some homes are meant to do more than that. And this year, Embarq Signature Homes is going to be part of the 2026 Home Show in Norwalk. And it is seriously going to be so cool, so beautifully designed, and really intentional from the inside out. We're going to be talking a lot about the outside too. We've got Director of Operations, Pat Fox from Embarq Signature Homes joining us to give us a little inside scoop of the vision and why Embarq said yes to this home show. We're also going to bring on Dan Knoup of the Greater Des Moines HBA, the Home Builders Association, and he's going to give us some history about the home show, why it started 50 years ago and how it's grown into the biggest show that it's been ever, I think. And then we're going to zoom out even farther with CLK Lawn Care and Cody over there, their president, who worked really hard on the exterior of this home. And it is going to be such a cool thing to see come that September show. So whether you are in the market to build or buy, you have come to the right place. Let's dig in. All right, so we are here today with the Director of Operations for Embarq Signature Homes, Pat Fox. We are talking everything Embarq. Obviously, custom home builder here based in West Des Moines, but you guys are part of the 2026 Home Show this year as well. Can you tell us a little bit about, let's start with a little bit about Embarq in case our viewers or listeners don't know who or what Embarq is and does.
So Embarq is a custom home builder under the Hubble umbrella, so to speak. So we've got the backing of, the Hubble company that's been around for 170 years.
It's a long time.
It's important. So, but we build, custom homes. We build showcase homes that, lead into custom homes.
And when we're talking custom homes, we're like in what's that ballpark, whether that's a price range or even like square footage.
Yeah. I mean, generally on a ranch home on the small or on the low end, it's 21 to 2,200 square foot on the main, and on up from there. But price points anywhere from $1 million, to whatever you want to spend.
Right.
Our showcase homes range in that 1 to 1.5 price point.
Generally.
So, we've got several of those under construction, but we're got a lot of things going on, and we're happy to showcase, some of our quality and things that are coming up in the home show.
So tell us about the home show home a little bit, both the neighborhood, but also maybe how you guys what that vision was for the home show initially.
Yeah, so the home show itself will be in Saddle Ridge in Norwalk, which used to be a ranch, like a horse farm.
Oh, yep. Hence the name.
And it borders the west side of Legacy Golf Course, west and north side. And it's a great neighborhood in Norwalk. I think there's varying price ranges depending on lots in there. So you'll see anywhere from probably, $450 to $500 on the low end on up to some of the homes are in excess of $2 million.
Really?
That are in that area.
Well, I know we're going to dive into kind of the HBA and home show history in a little bit with Dan Knoup, who's going to join us here, which will be really fun to hear from him. I always love having him on. But I know there are 11 homes this year, so it's a lot bigger than what it has historically been, correct?
Right, yeah, but I think, there are 11 homes, but the way it's situated, it's kind of cool. It's going to be very walkable.
Yeah.
I mean, once they get you to the entrance of it, there's 4 homes that border the golf course, hole number 2. And then you take a right down the street at the end of the cul-de-sac. There's, I want to say 4 or 5 more homes there, and then a couple more on the side street over there. So
wear your walking shoes, but really not like it's
manageable.
That far.
There's 11 homes. I mean, it is going to take you a while, to get through them all. And you might want to break it into a couple days, actually, or or plan plenty of time.
You've seen me go through a home before, haven't you? Where I just like gawk and stare at everything, and then I go back and I said, "Would I do that here? Or how would I do that?" And
so there's a lot.
That'll be a lot to get through, but I'm so excited to see your guys' home. You Embarq was part of the 2024 home show, and I really loved that home. It had some really cool intentional spaces, some nice design features, but the outdoor living was out of this world.
Right.
And I know that this one, we're going to have Cody on later to talk about it too, but the outdoor living, again, has been super intentional.
Yeah. We, as far as the home shows, when we started planning for it, it's on a smaller scale than what Embarq did 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's intentional. We wanted it to be something that somebody could walk into and feel like, it could be their home, that it felt warm and inviting, and yet we have lots of outdoor living spaces planned for it. And that was kind of the theme, I think, when we started, was livable luxury. And I think we're still, we're honing in on that, I would say.
You're also in the middle of the process, right? It's going to be done here soon. What other details can you share about, the layout, the square footage, some of those features?
It's a ranch home. The main level's got slightly over 2,800 square foot on the main.
Nice.
And then there's, high ceilings, 10-foot, 11, 12-foot ceilings on the main. The lower level is a 10-foot basement, lower level. It is a flat lot, because it backs up to the golf course, which really plays out well for the backyard. But we've got, a lot of nice, livable features on the main floor. With lots of trim work and lots of details on the main. And then downstairs we've got, a bar area, a couple bedrooms, craft room, living room or great room area. We've got a golf simulator room with a bar.
For those winter nights, so you can still work on your swing and then take it out to Legacy later on, right?
Absolutely. And then we've got a wellness room. That's it's a kind of a key word for 2026. And I think going beyond is people are focusing on wellness. So we'll have a sauna and cold plunge and weight room and workout area downstairs. And I think that'll be something kind of cool.
Oh, I could get used to that. Come out to my house and put one of those in. I've only cold plunged once, and I can't say that, I don't know if I would.
I never have intentionally anyway.
Right.
But I've got kids that do it, so evidently it's a thing.
What are some other design decisions? Because I know your team has worked really hard on just putting this home together, like you said, very intentionally. What are some of those design features that people might see? We're not going to tell you everything here. Sorry, you're going to have to come out and see the house for yourself here in September. But what are some of those? What are a couple of them?
I think in the kitchen, which is kind of a trend right now, you've got not just a kitchen, but you've got kind of a scullery or a pantry area that's kind of a prep area so you can keep your kitchen clean. That's what they talk about.
Well, for hosting, right? If you're big on hosting, you get to kind of have it, a little bit of it hidden, at least.
So we put a lot of thought into that, and thought into not just the kitchen itself, but the appliances that are going into the kitchen and what kind of appliances that are going to be useful. So I think that's kind of cool. I think the layout on the main is very family-friendly layout.
How many bedrooms did you say?
So there's 3 on the main and 2 in the basement.
Okay, so 5. Nice.
And I think there's 5. I guess stop and think. 5 bathrooms. 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms.
3-car?
It's a 3-car garage.
All
we didn't go too crazy on the garage.
No,
again,
just right.
We were also trying to keep price point in mind. Yeah. We didn't want to build a $3 million home show home this time. We wanted to go something that is more in keeping with what majority of buyers can.
Yeah, well, I love that people will be able to walk through it and really have a good realistic sense, because I know that sometimes the home show homes can get a little bit crazy. Honestly, you walk in, you're like, wow, how would I build this? Where would I build this? How would I afford to build this? But it sounds like this one is definitely maybe within reach, and people will be able to.
Yeah, it will be. And, it's still got the technology that you would expect in a new home.
Is it sold?
It is sold. Yeah, it's sold custom.
Okay, so, too late. You guys.
Yeah, we've got 2 other homes that are going up out there, though. So
there you go.
We'll have plenty for people to look at.
Come be the neighbor.
If they want to be in the neighborhood. So.
Well, what does it mean for Embarq to be featured in this 2026 home show? And why was this year the right year to step into that?
Well, I think Embarq has gone through different phases over the last few years, and I think we're at kind of a turning point where we've really focused in on what we want to be as a custom home builder. We're not going to be everything to everyone. We've been building in areas that maybe weren't ideal for the type of homes that we were building.
Yeah.
So we've decided, we're in neighborhoods, buying lots from developers and in neighborhoods with other high-end home builders, right up against them. Because I think everybody feeds off of everybody, and the price points need to support the price points that everybody's building. So I think that's been great. And I think it's just, we've got several homes under construction, and I think people are really going to be able to identify an Embarq home neighborhood going forward.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and I think that you've got a good one coming up. Timberline Village, right? That's another one that's an Embarq.
Yeah, exclusive. We've got 4 lots in there on a very small cul-de-sac street. So.
But back to the wooded. So we'll put a link in our show notes so people can check out some of the available homes and some of the things that are coming up from you guys too. And I know you guys have revamped some of your floor plans too, which I love some of the looks of the ones you've just released. So that's definitely something that people should go check out. What else about the home show? I'm not going to keep you super long because we've got Dan and Cody waiting in the wings here, but what could we expect from Embarq here?
I think they just need to come out and walk through, and I think feeling and seeing and touching everything that is involved in the home is important for people to understand the quality and the amount of time and attention it took for everybody involved on my team, as well as the trade partners that we use. Took a lot of advice from them, so I think it's a team effort.
Oh, always, isn't it? Your team's awesome. We love working with your team. And for someone who maybe tours the home show but comes out and is like, okay, well, I'm not ready to build tomorrow, right? What's maybe that first step that you encourage them to take with Embarq?
Yeah, it's just conversations, really. Start the conversation early, whether it's, this year, next year, or 2 years down the road. I think it's important to start the conversations, kind of figure out, what's important, to the buyer, and come up with a budget.
Yeah.
I mean, that gives you something, hey, the budget's this many dollars, and it gives you something to plan for that. It takes 8 months to build a home too. So if you want to be in something next year, it's something, the planning of it alone takes a couple months, and then you've got to build the home. And so there's a lot of conversations and planning.
Yeah. Well, I know your team with Hannah and Lara, they can all get you pointed in the right direction. And I know you'll be out at the home show a lot as well. Embarq Signature Homes, it's going to be a big year for you guys. I know that it's already been a really good year, and I appreciate you taking the time. And we're going to bring on our other guests so they can tell us a little bit more about the home show and some of the things that we'll see on the exterior as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dynamic duo coming up.
Let's do it. Joining us now, we've got Dan Knoup, Executive Officer for the Des Moines Home Builders Association. Association of Home, I always do this.
It can go either way. Technically it's the Greater Des Moines Home Builders Association.
Thank you.
But we usually go by HBA of Greater Des Moines.
Okay, that's not confusing at all.
Yeah.
And then on my right, I've got Director of Operations, Pat Fox, for Embarq Signature Homes here today. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And we are talking the 2026 home show.
Yeah.
Right?
It's right around the corner. I can't believe
it's not that far away.
I know. And I'm not building a house, so Pat's the one that's probably stressing, not me.
Just a little, it's not too bad yet.
Not quite.
It's just June 1st, right? So we got lots of time.
People don't know what day it is. They don't even know.
Oh.
Well, it's okay. Say that. It's all right. Shh. You're all right. Oops. You're all right. Okay, Dan, tell us a little bit about the home show. So we know what Embarq does, but tell us a little bit about it, when it started and what, how we got to today.
Yeah. We just celebrated our 50th Home Show Expo last year. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you. And it's very unique, especially for people coming from out of town, because most people are used to like a parade of homes. So it's a multi-site, and you might have one house in Norwalk and 2 in West Des Moines. And ours is a single site. So it is unique, and we kind of take it for granted. But when the builders and suppliers come from out of town and they come to our show, they're like, wow, you got something really special here. So what really happens, and this year, specifically in Norwalk, we're going to have everybody park over by Legacy Golf Course, and we're going to have them bring like a 3 or 4 minute, very short bus ride luxurious school buses. We'll bring them over. We'll drop them off right at the front door, and they'll enter the show. They'll buy tickets there, or they'll bring their tickets with them. This is our third year being cashless, so that's still kind of new for some people. They want to give us their 20s, and well, no, we can't do that. But we'll drop them right down the hill from the Embarq House, and we have a lot of events there. I'm sure we can talk about all of that, but it really wants to be not really a carnival, but kind of that atmosphere, a lot of high energy, and so we're going to try to spice it up a little bit.
Wear your walking shoes.
Absolutely,
okay.
and there are 11 homes in the show this year.
That's what I was going to ask. I thought that when we were talking that there are quite a few homes, so it's like you got to make your game plan maybe even before you go.
Well, absolutely. You know, we always recommend that anyways, but now with 11 homes, we need to make sure that you're there early enough to be able to get through them. We're talking about things like, do we give everyone water, or do we give each house bottled water so that way they can give it to consumers, and just things like that. Our judging is going to be a little different. For those that aren't familiar with the show, we judge, and we have 11 or 12 categories, and our judges are going to be different this year a little bit because it's coming out of Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
And so that already shortens our week by 1 day.
Yep.
But with 11 homes, we're not sure they're going to be able to get through 11 of them in a day. So we're probably going to have them come in on Tuesday. We're going to start judging at lunch, go through half of the homes, 5 or 6 of them, and then we'll take them to dinner that night. We'll put them up in a hotel. Then the next morning, they'll come back and they'll finish. So it's a little bit different for us. So there's a lot of interesting things that the 11 homes have really presented to us.
It feels like a really big show, and I'm excited to get in it. I'm excited to see the Embarq home in person. Seen a lot of it in progress and then videos and things like that, but Embarq was part of the 2024 home show. Yep. Correct. Mm-hmm. So what's different? What do you think about this year's? What it's like, maybe the neighborhood, the vibe, I don't know.
The golf balls in your yard.
The golf balls, yeah.
Right.
We've been picking up a lot of those. It's all the guys that are shanking it to the left.
Well,
number 2.
Out there on, was that Echo? Is that Echo Valley?
That is
no,
Legacy.
It's Legacy. Yeah. Thank
Close.
you. Well, you
the
guys,
neighborhood.
You are building across from Echo, so that probably is in your mind.
In my brain, I went to Holland Point, didn't I? Yeah.
But yeah, with the 11 builders, which all of them are going to be awesome homes, I'm sure. So I think it's going to be a lot of different things, or decorating ideas or customization options that people can take advantage of.
The designs, I'm always curious. Exteriors are one thing. Obviously, we're going to talk a lot about exteriors here with our next guest too. But just the interior, everyone just does it so differently. That's what I kind of appreciate about the home shows. You do get just a wide variety of tastes, even though there's some trendy things that you can see house to house.
Do you know that we are, at our core, we're tactile people, right? We like to touch and feel things. Mm-hmm. We want to know more than that little square or that sample, or even a little slab, right? You want to see it in place with natural light and incandescent light. And, we actually, when we survey people after the show, overwhelmingly, like 90% of the people come for remodeling ideas. Not for new building, they want to know if they're going to freshen up their home, either to sell it and build or buy another, or if they're going to stay in it. They want to see these things in person.
Yeah.
It's one thing to look at everything on our phone. We live in that world now, or on a computer, but they want to see it in a house and in an application. They want to turn it on. So it really is filling a void, I believe, that doesn't exist in a lot of people's lives anymore, because the showrooms are starting to go away, and people are just starting to shop online. It provides kind of that old school throwback opportunity.
What can you expand on that a little? And Pat, I want your input on this too, but how do you feel like the home show shapes buyers' expectations, or maybe even, just industry standards or things of that nature?
Really that piece is driven by the contractors, because they know what the customers want. They know what they're doing in their build-to-orders. They know what's not selling, what is selling. So they bring that to us. So really, we're just the opportunity for them to showcase it. So we don't have our pulse on what those trends are as much as Pat would or the other contractors, but we just provide that outlet for it to happen. We've seen a lot of outdoor living space. I know at least one of the homes this year, the Embarq house, has a pool. I know a couple of them have outdoor living and outdoor kitchens. So we've seen a lot of that trend. A few years ago, we really got feedback. Oh, well, which gray house was it?
Yeah.
Right. And the last couple of years, they've really been diverse. And I love that, right? They're architecturally different from each other. The colors are different from each other. The type of products are different. So it's really been refreshing the last couple of years. And I look forward to that again this year.
Yeah. Okay, Pat, you.
Yeah. Well, we rely heavily on our trades too to kind of tell us. I mean, obviously they're working for other builders as well. And they've seen different things, and like our countertop supplier, they go to these shows wherever in Italy, and they've gone to ones in Vegas, I'm sure, and things like that. But when we first started talking about the home show, we went in and sat down with them and said, well, what would you like to see? I mean, what do you have, or what have you seen that is so cool that you think we should
give it a try,
highlight it in the home show home? And so we kind of went with some of their suggestions for that, and other things in the home.
Not to mention you have Lara on your team, who's just phenomenal
awesome.
at her design, and she's so much fun.
She's
got to
been
get her back on
a
the
huge
podcast.
influence on what is going into the house as well. So, but it's there's lots of things that they see that we don't, because we're kind of always focusing on what we're building at any given time. But I think they have a lot of good information.
Well, outside of outdoor living, because again, we're going to get there, but what other trends are you guys noticing, or can you give any sneak peek into maybe something that, a couple of things that consumers or visitors to the home show maybe will see this year, maybe will notice from a trend side? I know you said maybe that's not but you get some behind the scenes. You're like Wizard of Oz a little bit, right?
a little bit. Actually, we're still collecting that information for our Uncoastal. We try to find customized, we call them an activation. What's going to make them remember the Embarq house?
Yeah.
Oh, that was 2 years ago. It was the house that had the sauna, that great outdoor living space with the sunken fire pit, right?
Yeah.
What are those pieces? And I'll be honest, we're just far enough ahead that we're just now collecting that information from our builders. So the curtain isn't being held from being pulled
Not
back.
yet.
I just don't have it yet.
Okay.
But Pat could probably
We
tell you
literally
that.
just had the meeting Friday with
Katie
downtown and going over, renderings and whatnot for the exterior of the home. And so, yeah, they are really getting that information, and we'll be putting it out at some point here in the future, I guess.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned Uncoastal. What is that? Explain, because I know we can get into a little bit of what are some of the events that are going to be around the home show, because it's a big show. It's a couple weekends. There's a lot going on.
It is the national award-winning Uncoastal Social. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
We submitted and won the best event in the country.
That's amazing.
For the Uncoastal. And what it is it used to be our member night party. So to kick off the show for maybe all of our 50 years, we would have a member night party, and it was almost like an unveiling. And what ended up being, Pat will not only include the entire Hubble team, but he'll reach out to like this landscaper and his carpet installer, and he'll say, hey, come celebrate with us. We put you on an impossible timeline, and we'd love to come celebrate. And we usually get 800 or 1,000 people that night.
Wow.
And what we decided was we really wanted to get local influencers here.
Yeah.
We would love to have the CEO of Principal Financial Group and from Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield. And we really would want them to start talking about this in the community. Like, oh, I got to go to the sneak peek of the home show, and you've got to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what your schedule's like the next 3 weekends, but you can't miss it. So that was what we really wanted, is to create that FOMO up front.
Yeah.
So we have we offer up to 200 tickets to non-member companies, people that really want to come and see it, and they want to come in ahead of time. So we created this event called the Uncoastal Social, and we have custom activations in every home. So that was that piece that might connect you with what made me think of that house. We have custom food and drinks in many of the homes, not all of them, but a lot of times we'll have cigar smoking and bourbon, and we've had custom ice cream, and it's just a really fun event. We have live music in multiple locations, so really kind of that party carnival atmosphere.
But for just, that's kind of exclusive a little bit.
It is a little bit, but if you're one of those first 200, you can get the ticket and you can be part of it.
I love that.
Then you don't have to miss out.
I love that so much. Well, what do you guys think? You mentioned trades. Obviously, there are a lot of trades at play here across all of the different homes. And skilled trades, I know, is very near and dear to the HBA. Can you guys talk about just the trade involvement and how important it is, to have those, those trade relations and just support?
Yeah, well, we call them our trade partners because that's truly what they are. We can't really do much of anything without them. So we rely heavily on them to, meet the deadlines and provide, good advice on the way we're doing certain things. And I know that you guys had a deal out there at the home show a couple of weeks ago where they brought some kids in from different trade backgrounds or schools and talked about different things that were going on at the time out there.
Yeah, we work with the next generation of the trades a lot. It is near and dear to my heart. We created Iowa Skilled Trades in 2017 after we brought Mike Rowe to town to celebrate what we were doing with our Skilled Trades Academy, and that's kind of perpetuated itself. And we host the largest trades immersion event in the country. It's called Build My Future.
Yep.
It was on April 15th.
Yeah.
Yep. Good memory. And as a continuation of that, we're working with the Norwalk school system, and we brought kids from their trades programming out to the home show site, which is what Pat's just talking about.
Yeah.
And we wanted to show them a couple different snapshots at a couple different times. So right now, we took them through one house that was just being ready to be drywalled. We took them through one that was at paint stage and one that was almost finished.
Nice.
And then right before the show, we're going to invite them back to see the finished product. So then they can understand a little bit how these steps in the process work.
Well, yeah, and seeing that go from, you see it every day. You both see it every day, and I do too, but you get to see this, raw piece of ground, then have a home on it. That's something I think we take for granted, just, seeing all the different stages, because it really does take a lot of time, effort, and just quality, materials.
And vision.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody can do what we do, and we want to celebrate that. We want to tout that this is a great place for you to earn a living, and we don't bash education. All of our trades are educated to the extent way beyond what my education is, and formal certifications, licensure. It may just not be in the traditional sense. So we don't talk about that. But in the world outside of our industry, it doesn't get talked about. I'll say the last couple of years, we've got some pretty good velocity talking about the trades because of the preponderance of AI and what it's doing to us and where we're going.
Yep.
But for a long time, the trades got a black eye, right? We were the afterthought when college wasn't your solution, or those kids from shop class that don't have any other opportunities. That's not the case anymore, and it's really refreshing. So it's fun for somebody that's been so involved with the trades from early on in my life.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it's hard to believe our time's kind of already winding down a little bit, but what excites you both most about kind of this, not just this show, but just, the next 6 months of residential construction, but looking out even to 2027, 28. It's wild to think that there's a lot of changing things, but what are you looking forward to most?
We've got just a lot of homes under construction right now that we're getting ready to start. And I think what excites me is they're all different. We've got several buyers that, everybody's looking at or watching HGTV or whatever and coming up with great ideas, or going to other...
We're going to their Pinterest board.
Taking a look at other builders and whatnot. And I just think that there's a lot of opportunities, especially, in the higher price points right now. It seems like the market is very good, maybe not as price sensitive as some of the lower price point homes. So that's got me excited. But
what about the show? What are you most excited for the show this fall?
To be done.
To be done.
Okay, outside of being done.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge milestone, and it's a big lift for your team. I'm
just excited to see the final product of ours, as well as the other homes that I've been watching go up out there, and talking to some of the other builders. And I think that we've all got something unique to offer, and I'm just can't wait to get them done and get people in there and have conversations.
What about you, Dan?
I really like either being on the golf cart or watching people at the gate and asking them, how do we do? What'd you think of the show? Oh, I love that house number 3 or house number 12 or whatever it is. Or what about that? What about that backyard? Did you?
Yes.
I'm really a fan of the creativity. And when I said vision, I really mean that because there are so many talented people. I know you're going to be talking to Cody and what he's doing all over the city is amazing. And when you say, wow, well, that's just our backyard. Well, no. It's really an extension of the home now and the living spaces. So to see the talent and the way these designers work and the new products, I do get to see them at the International Builders Show in Vegas, but it's in a trade show application. It's
different when it's here at home.
It is. And then I've had the opportunity to go back into these houses afterwards and get to know some of the people, and we've got friends that live in home show houses, and just it really is fun. And then you think back, you're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
That was a whirlwind.
Yeah. That's my favorite part.
Give us some of the details. We'll put a link in our show notes too, so people can click on it and they can get their tickets. They can choose their weekend, but give us the rundown of the weekends and the details of how people get there.
The real easy way to think about it. So the Labor Day is the first weekend of September. So it's the next 3 weekends, right? So we start, our big party is on that Friday night. So if you're interested in the Uncoastal, reach out to us at the HBA. Our website's easydsmhba.com. Reach out to us and we can give you information about tickets. But then the show starts in earnest on Saturday, Sunday. Then it takes a break for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the next 2 weekends. So there are 11 days total.
Wow.
Just follow the signs. Go to the website if you want. It'll direct you. We'll have signs leading you into Norwalk and pointing you to where parking is. We're right behind Greg Young Chevrolet. Actually, we're parking people in one of their lots.
Okay, well,
so the Norwalk Chevy dealer's an easy way, and then the bus will lead you right up to us. So buy your tickets before you come or buy them when you're there with the QR code.
Perfect. Cashless.
Cashless, completely cashless.
Just bring your card or your Apple Pay, whatever it is. Okay, got it. What else? What else for Dan? Before we go into our off the rails question, because I bet you forgot about that already, didn't you?
I think he's very organized. He knows more about it than I do. So.
It's a well-oiled machine over there.
I'm just worrying about building a house right now.
You
He's worried
focus
about
on
all
the
other
house.
stuff.
Dan will focus on the Uncoastal Social and all the other fun things. Yeah,
and honestly, the magic is all done by the team. That's exactly right. Yeah. I am not doing the work at all. Yeah,
I love it. All right, we'll have more in our show notes. Here's the off the rails question. What is your theme song?
I don't want to be politically divisive, and this song has really gotten that way, but proud to be an American.
Yeah.
I served in the Navy.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, I'd spend my 18th birthday in boot camp, so that means a lot to me. And I am proud to be an American. I love what we do as an industry. I love what we do as a community. I like to say that Des Moines and our HBA, we kind of punch above our weight, right? We compete. We're larger than the HBA in Kansas City, and our opportunity to do that, it lives because the country we live in, and that's really my theme song. I love it, and I like Lee Greenwood. I'm a country music fan, so I've liked it before Donald Trump made it good or bad, in your opinion.
I am too.
To me, that's been my theme song for a long time.
I love that.
Yeah.
I can picture you singing that. Might have to have that karaoke sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
Pat, what's your theme
It's getting to be a little bit out of
song?
my range, so we need to do it sooner than later because my voice is starting to get old.
You have a mic right in front of you if you want to give us a little
Here we come.
Here we go.
Uncoastal Social. More to come.
Pat?
I'll tag on to his because I really couldn't think of anything. Born in the USA.
Look at you guys.
It's like back to...
Red, white, and blue. We need a flag back here, Pat.
Teamwork and everything that I feel like is involved in the home show, and back to the trade partners and everything that goes along with it.
I love that. I don't think mine's the theme song as much as it is like an entrance when you were like, if you could walk into the room to any song. I love Superstitious by Stevie Wonder.
Oh,
I know that's totally not on theme with
your walk-up theme.
But yeah, that's kind of like my walk-up song a little bit if I had to. I know.
That's interesting. I might have to hang around to hear what Cody's is.
That's true. We'll have to see what he says. All right. We've got links to the show notes. September, 3 weekends in September. thank you so much for coming on and sharing a little bit of insight of what the HBA, Des Moines HBA, has to offer here for this 2026 home show. And can't wait to see the Embarq house unveiled as one of the 11 down there.
I'm excited too, and thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. Come back anytime. You know that. Thanks for listening to Dig It, a real estate podcast by Hubble Realty Company. To explore more episodes, blogs, projects, and insights from us, visit the newly revamped HubbleRealty.com. Dig It is an amplified Des Moines production brought to you by Hubble. 170 years of enriching quality of lives in our communities through construction, development, home building, and property management. Like, share, subscribe, follow, do all the things, and see you next time.